Okay, so this is the last round game. Queen C2. This guy's 2070. That's actually his name. And I've shown this on the stream a lot. Bishop G5 loses to Bishop F2, and then Knight G4 check. I've shown that on the stream a lot. Okay, so I play Knight F3. My game with Dmitry Gurevich from the 2005 National Open was Queen B6, the Romanician variation. Then you play E3, blocking your bishop. This guy played A6, which I've never faced. I usually play Bishop G5. I play Bishop F4. I'll play something else. Now, this is actually very funny. Because of what happened last game, I was surprised by Knight C6, by the way. Usually when they play A6, they want to play a hedgehog. And so they usually play Knight BD7. Like in my game with Fidel Corrales Jimenez that I show a lot. And Gelfand. But he played Knight C6, which doesn't really go with A6. So just like a normal position where he's played A6 for not really any reason. Okay, and he played D5. This is actually very funny. It's embarrassing. My move's probably the best move, but when I did hit the clock, I went, oh. I took on D5, and I thought after this or this, I'm better. And then I was like, oh, Knight B4. I didn't see that. And then, of course, he played Knight B4. But it's okay. C takes D5 is probably the best move anyway. Now I played the best move because I recovered. I was like, yeah, whatever. Because I was playing very quickly because of what happened last game. I don't want that to happen again. I don't necessarily play better when I play slowly. So I might as well just play fast and not get in time trouble. Yeah. Well, his bishop is, is quote-unquote hanging. So I play Queen C1, which is the best move. And I thought he would play Knight takes anyway. And then after Knight takes, take with the Queen defending his bishop. Then I castle and play Rook D1. And the engine actually says that's terrible for him. I thought like I'm slightly better. It says like I'm winning. So for example, he didn't do this. This is what I thought he would do. And I thought, all right, I'm threatening Rook D1, I guess. I don't know. But he has a lot of problems here. This is going to get harassed. He's going to lose a tempo. That bishop's no good. That bishop's attacked. So for an equal kind of position, this engine says I'm up 1.1. Because this isn't getting out. Let me out. Let me out. This is not an opening. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please won't let me. Please just let me out. Okay. Anyway, he shocked me. He took with the pawn. And that's actually the engine move. But then I was like, okay, well, I played Knight B4 and took with the pawn. What do I care? All right, so I castled, I think. No, I didn't castle because I was worried about Bishop F5 and something coming here. So I played this first. The engine does not like A3. It doesn't worry about Bishop F5 in here. It says that's stupid. Okay, now my opponent made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. In this position, this engine says I'm 0.4 ahead. In 4 moves, I'm +5. Made a very bad move here. Very bad strategical move. This bishop belongs on E6 or G4, depending on your mood and so forth. He played Bishop F5. That is very bad. That's not where the bishop goes. That bishop's not defended. So, I mean, I got like 9 ways to attack it. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to play Rook D1, obviously, because your queen, and that's the obvious move. Yeah. Now, also, it's possible to play Knight takes D5 here, as pointed out by Ron Burnett. After the game, he's like, I thought you'd take on D5. Maybe somebody else told me that. Which I actually saw after I moved. That might actually lose, but it might win. Let's see what the engine says. It says after this, he can't move his queen, but he can go here. Desperado. Yeah. Can also play Queen B3. Anyway, I'm not doing that. I'm playing Rook D1. Even if Rook D1's not as good as Knight D5, I'm playing Rook D1 because got to make some threats, pressure. Okay, now it says I'm +1 because he can't deal with the truth. That's why the bishop should be on E6. Then he can move his queen somewhere. All right, now he made another bad move. Bishop A7, very bad move. Okay. Again, I played this game ended in less than half an hour. 2 hours each on the clock. Our game took less than half an hour. So I waited 3 hours for Karen to finish. And by 3 hours, more than 3 hours. All right, what's the really obvious move here for white? What's wrong? Well, when you see my next move, you'll be like, oh, that's what's wrong. White's winning now. I'm plus 1.5. What's the winning move? Very obvious winning move. Rook takes. God damn. I said winning for me. Why are you guys always hanging a piece? All right, we need somebody to donate 10,000 centidues immediately. Bishop c4 I didn't see. That's not bad. Not as good as my move. Man, none of you guys... Yeah, I mean, you're right, but you put the wrong move down. But you're right. You just put the notation wrong. Abdus Salam has the right move, but he said bishop g4. Unless he thought it was black... Yeah, bishop g5. And you can't defend that. That's not being defended now. Yeah, now that it's thinking about it, I have an even bigger advantage. Yeah, now you got to play bishop e7 and bishop e6. And then you're like much worse. Yeah. So he played d4. Engine likes that. And now he blundered. He has to play queen d6. And he's just down a pawn for nothing. So I'm up a pawn, pass pawn. And the game goes on. But he had enough. Man, even if I'm not winning, that's the riskiest move ever. Although I knew that he couldn't do that. He did anyway. Yeah. All right, so what's the very easy win for white? Let's see if you guys can do it. Very easy. Bam, and resigned in 2 moves. Now I'm plus 5.56. Bonarisi is correct. Isaac Loves Chess is more correct because he gave more information. Knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, queen f4. I knew when I played queen c1 that, something. Yeah. And then like instant resignation, like 5 seconds resigned. That was a lot easier than my round 4 game.